Jenna Ortega is a phenomenal actress, but this was not the movie.
You're fucking laughing at me?
I'm laughing at you. You're a clown. This movie is so pretty, and I love how the movie looks. I love how it's shot. I just kind of wish that there was writing to back up that.
I'm so freaked out.
Freaked out? I'm not freaked out.
Stop the cap! Stop the cap right now!
She plays his music and dances around. Are we six? Why are we falling on top of each other? Like, get your balance in check. Hey guys, it's Nim. What's up and welcome back or to my YouTube channel, and welcome to a new video. We are going to be talking about Hurry Up Tomorrow. I watched it so that you don't have to. But if you don't mind having spoilers, then let's just get into the video. Hurry Up Tomorrow is directed by Trey Edward Schultz. I really hope I'm pronouncing that name right. And it came out this year, recently too. It was pitched to The Weeknd as this whole companion piece to his album. And basically, it's supposed to be a deep dive into Abel, The Weeknd's real name, and a deep dive into Abel's head when it comes to his music and his life and his work. And yeah, you know, from the start, it really does dump you right into Abel's world, of course. It dumps you into all that loneliness and the crushing weight of being famous, which is what we've seen before. It dumps us into Abel basically spiraling into a mental mess. I don't want to put it lightly, the movie kicks in very much as though you know that this is going to be another Sam Levinson Euphoria type thing. What would the movie be without close-up shots and slow motion and low exposure, right? That is basically what you can get from the visuals. But it starts off with a voicemail. Obviously, it's a bunch of nonsense. And it's a voicemail or a phone call with his ex-girlfriend. We can assume so. And it's obviously a voice like fresh from the wound of a breakup. She sounds worried, frustrated, and honestly a little bit fed up. And she sounds like she's been going crazy because of this relationship that she's in. And it really sets the vibe for what we can kind of take from Abel's whole character, right? And his internal chaos even before we meet him. And you will see that there was nobody talking in this movie. I wasn't counting, but I can roughly count that maybe there were 8 lines of dialogue. Boom. Were with Abel. And we're close up on his eye, and the shot slowly zooms out for us to see Abel in his green room right before he's about to go on stage, and he's warming up, doing lip runs, and he's drinking alcohol, and he's stressing out. So we can already tell that we are about to deal with someone crazy. He's looking at us with almost dead eyes, right? He looks numb. I think personally, Abel, I think he did better in this role than he did in The Idol, but also I don't think it was the best. Our guy is completely wrecked, okay? See him obviously battling issues. He's pushing things of him being a straight up alcoholic, and that fresh off the breakup pain is really oozing off of him. But like I said, this movie would be nothing, and I mean nothing, without close-up shots. And I'm saying that in a very nice way, because I mentioned it a lot while I was watching it, that this movie is so pretty, and I love how the movie looks. I love how it's shot. I just kind of wish that there was writing to back up that. I really wanted to try and like analyze this film, right? I really wanted to take it seriously and not just poke fun. So I think that this whole close-up shot is such a good way to kind of paint how isolated he is and how kind of closed in he feels. That's kind of just how I'm seeing it. Even when in the background you can hear like roaring crowds, the shots are so like focused and it's kind of in a square frame. And I really like that because that was one of the things that I was like, it kind of does immerse you into Abel. The whole opening feels a bit like a fever dream. It's quick, but it's also slow. It's also shot like it's one shot basically where like we're meeting everyone else. Now, we also learn in the beginning of the movie, like near the beginning, that he is struggling with his voice. Is there a reason why we just had to see his whole throat? What purpose did that have? Now we're still backstage in the green room because we are meeting Barry. We are meeting Lee or Barry Keoghan. I think that's how you say his name. Barry Keoghan, which is Abel's manager, stage guy, manager.
Whoa.
What is he doing? Please. He's so excited and he's riled up. He's really like Abel's hype man. So I think it was really hard for me to try because I was really trying to analyze what this was like near the end. I was trying to analyze what was the purpose of all of this, right? And I think that Lee is supposed to portray this is like the pressure that he has because Lee is always kind of the one pushing him and also talking about how loved he is by everyone whilst also saying you have to keep working. You have to stay on the grind, stop focusing on this and this and this and stay on your grind. That is the fact that he is demonstrating the pressure that I think Abel / The Weeknd feels like from his fans, right? From people who are outside. And then we see him go on stage and then we see them partying and we see kind of their toxic methods of celebration. Toxic as in like his manager is high on coke. Like the whole entire movie. He's always drinking, he's always encouraging Abel to use drugs. And I pointed that out in my notes. He is desperate to keep Abel performing. And his unhealthy methods, like we can see all of that. And we see him pushing Abel to keep performing in not the best fashion. Throughout the whole first half of the movie, and when I say the first half, I'm kind of talking about before we meet. I'm talking about before we meet Anima or Jenna Ortega's character, and we really see that Abel's mental state is going nowhere except for downhill. He has a scene in the bathtub where he basically is drowning himself, which I think is it's quite obvious what the implications are there, and I think it's like a double meaning. Obviously, one is like he's drowning himself, and then number two is also how he feels like he's drowning is what I'm trying to take it as, because I think that's what Edward Schultz wanted, Trey Edward Schultz wanted, right? He wanted us to be able to dissect the movie, and I think it's hard for us to dissect the movie when there's just like a bunch of nonsense going on, like his outbursts. We are seeing him crying, having constant mental breakdowns until the inevitable happens and he has this phone crash out scene, which is basically just laying bare how completely broken and unstable this man is, and it's right before he's about to go on stage.
I know what you're doing. You're listening to that voicemail I just sent. Yeah, you're listening to that and you're laughing at me, right? Is that what it is? You're fucking laughing at me?
I'm laughing at you. You're a clown.
I fucking love you, you fucking bitch! I fucking love you!
He is literally screaming at her on the phone. He's angry, he's upset because he's coming to this point of grief.
I'm a fucking icon and you'll be nothing! You'll be nothing, you stupid!
He's literally a crash out king. It's a very unfiltered look at post breakup hell, but it's also like it's amplified by his crazy career and also his already damaged and fragile mental state before getting into this relationship, and it's like the codependency of him and this person left, and so now he's lonely again, right? So I think that's something that I noticed and that I wanted to point out because I kind of get that, like codependency, right? That whole thing of someone validating you and then like kind of ripping away all the validation that they've given you and then flipping the script and kind of trying to make you feel horrible for every flaw that you had. Right after that, right after his crash out, he is thrown right back into the grind of his tour and he gets on stage and he starts performing, and then his voice just gives out on stage. This is not a good look. This was a really, really hard watch for me, not just because of the visual aspect, but also the noise. I had to edit that over and over again, and I had to hear basically the sound of muscular tissue ripping over and over again in my ears. That was horrible. A really, really hard watch. And I think it was like the breaking point for his mental collapse. Now we're at the point where Anima and Abel are finally going to meet. But before that, let me just take you back on Anima and how we meet her. We meet Anima as a thief, right? She basically goes to the gas station and she gets gas for her, but from somebody else. And you're thinking, oh shit, she just needs to quickly pop in there, get some fuel so that she can fill up her own car. But no. Then it just cuts to her staring intensely at a house that is engulfed in flames. We also learn that she has a strained relationship with her mom as well. But me, after committing arson, goes on a little road trip. What is happening? I'm so confused as to what is happening because there's maybe been 4 lines of dialogue. It turns out that she is an arsonist though, because at the end of the movie she does also set the whole hotel on fire. So, we get hints of Anima being quite obsessive with The Weeknd, but they're decently subtle hints. It's not like she's got his face tattooed on her back, right? But Anima is basically a mysterious but very obsessive fan, but she just basically appears out of nowhere, almost unsettlingly, right? Her setting a house on fire and then quickly heading to LA isn't just a plot point, right? It's a symbolic explosion. In my opinion, it is symbolic. It almost feels fated, right? Like the universe, or maybe just Abel's messed up subconscious conjured her up. It feels like he did kind of just create her. I think that is kind of what we're supposed to get. Like, Anima is just a figment of his imagination. Now, let's talk about the crazy aftermath of the concerts. Abel, who is totally disoriented and sad and upset and literally on the brink of tears and death. Well, not even on the brink. All he did was cry in this movie. I really think that's why he was hired. He can really cry. Like, he walks off of stage and then he walks into the green room, packs up all his stuff, and is starting to run out. Yells at Lee as he goes out. He's like, I told you my voice was fucked up and you still made me go on that stage. And as he's running, Anima, who is weirdly calm, basically navigates the backstage and just walks right into him. They literally fell on top of each other because Travesty went backstage. She doesn't have a badge, nothing, so she's running. They run into each other, they fall onto each other, and the way it's pretty cool. It's pretty interesting. Like, oh, they collided together. It was kind of messy the way that they met. I don't know. I didn't really like it. It's kind of stupid. It's like it I guess for me, it felt so disjointed from the rest of the movie. Like, the way that they fell on top of each other was like fucking the kissing booth. The way that the kissing booth would play out, something like that. I think it would have been way more intense if she quite literally just walked up to him. Like, as he was walking down the street, she was stalking him down the street. She walked up to him and scared him, because it's supposed to be a psychological thriller. Them bumping into each other, I laughed. Are you guys are we six? Why are we falling on top of each other? Like, get your balance in check.
Wanna come with me?
Isn't she like an obsessed fan? Like, he was her wallpaper. We saw that. So are we under the impression that she's just fucking psychotic? Why is nobody talking? The meeting backstage is a big deal, but it's also low-key creepy to me because Anima, with her quiet intensity, somehow cuts through all that noise around Abel, but also he's alone. But there is this almost immediate primal connection, right? It's a shared understanding that like can go beyond words, but it was also just hard because it did go beyond words. It quite literally goes beyond words.
I saw you.
Yes.
He says, I saw you, and she goes, yes. Then they spend the evening together and they go to a fair where they don't speak whatsoever except where Jenna says, I like this part, and then that's pretty much it. Say something! Open your mouths and speak to one another. This is insane to me. What is happening? Why is nobody talking? Okay, now music's playing, so they're not going to talk. What is this movie? There is like a tone shift, right? Once they get into this hotel. They get into this hotel and Abel offers to play her some music, some of his new music. She says yes. And so as they listen to it, she starts to cry. And this is where I genuinely feel like this is where I feel like there's so many things that make us believe that she really is just a figment of his imagination. Number one, he plays her this song and basically she explains why this song resonates with her so much. And it's basically exactly what we can see in Abel. this loneliness, this like pushing everyone away and like working to keep yourself safe and being independent, and then ending up feeling so lonely. We see that in Abel, so it's mirrored in Anima. And then it really starts to, she really echoes like his feelings, and then this is where I feel like the movie takes a turn on what is real and what is fake. It really blurs the lines because it depends on obviously how you interpret the movie, but it blurs the lines between what is real and what's just not. Like, is Anima his savior, or a muse, or something that's much, much darker? And we ask that question, and later it's answered. I like that one little highlight on. I really, this movie looks so nice. Like, I'd be lying if I said that I didn't love the artistry of this movie, but then like, where is the film? Where's the movie? Jesus. Can everyone leave him be? Like, oh my god. Oh my god. That is insane. Basically, they spend the night together. Not like they had sex or anything, but they spent the night together. And I think he starts to, I personally felt like he just got the ick because she was singing in the shower, and I don't think he liked that.
After me.
What, he got the ick because she was singing in the shower? La da dee, la da da, la da da. Singing in the shower. La da dee, la da day, la. The next morning, it's basically like he's completely shifted his tone, and I think it was because she was singing his song, and I think it's because he got the ick, or because it made him uncomfortable to know that she was slightly obsessed. Like, she's singing his song, but I'm also like, dude, she was at your concert. What did you expect? Like, I'm not going to spend that much money on someone who I'm not going to sing their songs in the shower. Then the movie really changes gears, and it goes to the left. It's the morning, they're having breakfast. Anima gets a call from her mom. And like I said, her and her mom have a very strained relationship, which we don't know of. Like, let's be so real, we don't know of it that much, but we just know that they have a strained relationship. So she gets a call, and then she just starts sobbing because her mom basically tells her that wherever she goes, she ruins it. What is with her mom, and why are we like just understanding the fact that she ignores her mom's calls? Like, okay, Lorelai Gilmore,
Where'd you know?
we know this. So now she's on the phone, she's crying, she's sobbing, and Abel looks terrified.
You look so freaked out.
Freaked out? I'm not freaked out.
Stop the cap! Stop the cap right now!
He looks like he's just seen a ghost, and like no one has ever cried in front of him in their lives. And that goes for a lot, considering all this man does is cry. All he does in the movie is cry. Like, men can cry, but like, don't look at me crazy because I'm crying, but you're allowed to cry and I'm not. Insane. It goes from a full-on like album character study to a psychological thriller, because they get into this fight where she's like, take me with you to tour, blah 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 blah, and he's like, I have to leave. And as he's leaving, she snaps and she grabs a wine bottle and smacks him over the head.
I'm not gonna watch and stand by and let you hurt yourself because I care about you too much and I just want to help you, Abel.
Shut the fuck up! Shut the fuck up! What are you doing? What the fuck are you doing? I have to go right now. I'm getting cold. I have to catch a flight. I gotta go.
Honestly, fuck him. Why do men always think that they can talk to women like that? Oh my god! cut to now when he's woken up after his disjointed nightmarish sequence. He wakes up and Abel is struggling against his restraints, and it's close-ups of his face and Anima's face, and around, like, this is all happening while she's looking either empathetic, sometimes she looks menacing, she looks demented as she plays him his music. From this point on, I really think that the writers kind of lost some of the plot. We're supposed to be immersed in Abel's mental torture, right? Because Anima is becoming Abel's torturer, supposed to be his mirror and his unwilling shrink. Like, she's supposed to make him face his past mistakes, listen to his music, and like make him dive deep into his toxic habits. And she's supposed to pick apart his music and basically read him for filth. Whilst she does do that, like, she does read him for filth for sure, she plays his music and dances around. It didn't give what they wanted it to give, and I think it also is because the way that it's shot. The movie is so nice, and I will say that all the time. Visually, this movie is spectacular. Give me 14 of them right now. But why did they, like, literally one of the scenes where they should have paid a lot of attention to how they shot it, it was kind of just like, this is a comedy film.
And it feels like you're entering a party. You know, like a safe space where you can just...
What is happening?
You don't really have to care about anything else.
His genius interview. Why is she dancing? Is this supposed to be a comedy film? Because if it is, this is funny as hell. But like, I don't think it's supposed to be a comedy. But what the fuck is Jenna Ortega doing? This has turned into a comedy movie. This is a comedy. This is literally a comedy. It's like a horror comedy. Let's kind of wrap up the movie. Jenna then kills Lee. Oh, let me put in some filler there. He comes to the hotel because he tracked down his phone, Abel's phone, and finds him at the hotel, but then gets into a fight with Jenna. They end up fighting. He's trying to choke her out, but then she gets a glass shard and digs it into the side of his neck, and he dies right next to her. So then she gets up, and she just starts pouring fuel on Abel, but then he starts singing. And as we know, his voice was gone. So it's like, oh my god, he's singing. And she starts smiling, and she looks insane. Jenna Ortega is a phenomenal actress, but this was not the movie. So she's about to commit arson again, just on this person. But then she ends up not, and it just cuts to the hotel on fire, and then Abel leaving the hotel, and he's walking into his backstage room again, basically putting us right back where we were at the beginning of the movie. And it was really hard for me to interpret the end of this film, because I had so many things that I thought of. Like, my suspicion of Anima's supposed to be like a hallucination was kind of confirmed in this and validated in the fact that she wasn't there walking out of the hotel with him. Kind of seems as though either he killed her or she just wasn't there in the first place, and it was all just him. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please make sure to like, subscribe down below, turn on the post notifications so that you get notified every time I post a new video. and I'll see you guys all next time. Bye, besties. Oh my god.